Welcome to another episode of the Rhebel Podcast, coming to you from the Balcony of Freedom. On this, we're taping this one on a Friday night in a windy, wet spring evening in Melbourne. My name is Prefontaine, and I'm joined as always by my two co-hosts. Welcome back, Francis.
Pookie.
And welcome back, Callum.
Hi.
So we actually haven't even talked about...
I thought you were going to say we haven't seen the game yet.
we haven't seen the game. Can someone tell us the score? We actually haven't spoke at all to each other, apart from the odd text. Some people think that these podcasts are scripted and that we rehearse everything that we say.
I demand to know who that person is.
That we rehearse everything that we say before we do the show because it's that damn funny and that well organised. But it's not true. We literally just make it as we go along. So we actually haven't had a chance to even converse with each other about the game. And we didn't watch it together. I watched... Where did you watch it, Frank? I watched it like on Sky, ESPN2.
Home, yep.
No, we watched it on the computer. On the TV.
On the TV.
Yeah.
On that huge, massive HD thing we've got.
Yeah.
Oops.
So we actually did all watch it at the same time then.
Yeah.
That's quite funny. If that wasn't live.
We could have watched it live.
On ESPN3.
Yeah, on the computer.
Yeah, I chose not to do that because I just didn't want to get up at 4:30.
Yeah.
So, okay, now that we've established that we all watched it at the same time, there's riveting podcasting there right there.
Which is a whole podcast about that actual experience of watching a game on delay and having to sit through ESPN's commercials.
Oh, what was with that?
And the pre-match and the half-time show, we don't really care about that.
So,
Especially from those two commentators. How patronising could they have been?
Steve Nicol.
Jimmy Nicol.
At one point, when we got the free kick inside the box, and it was clearly because the keeper tried to pick up the ball up twice.
Yeah.
And for the next 45 minutes, what was his name?
Steve Nicol.
Yeah, he went on about how it was a back pass, and it wasn't a back pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you pointed out pretty early that the two commentators were just having a crack at each other
We weren't
the
getting along at
whole
all.
game.
Yeah.
Like, he could have said whatever he wanted, and the other guy would have went, nah, that's not true.
Well, when Lennon brought on Team Pookie and the other guy out wide,
Nibbon.
what's his name?
No.
Boa Constrictor.
Boa Constrictor, yeah.
Yeah. The special commentator went, "Oh, this is like Neil Lennon shutting up shop
It's gone
here."
defensive.
I know!
And the
And
other
then
guy
you
went,
get a kick.
and the guy went, "Don't think so."
Because I know even when he said it, was this sort of moment of... So Neil Lennon's taken off a striker, brought on another striker, taken off a right back defender, brought on out and out winger, attacking winger, and he says, "Looks like Neil Lennon's shut up shop now." And there was this moment of silence around the world.
He brought on Pookie, and the commentator goes, "No, I think you'll find that Pookie is a centre forward."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
And Stokes will play a more defensive role. That's what he said.
Yes. He'll be in
That's
that
obviously
hole.
that's part of like the script for commentators. Where it gets the 80th minute, if manager A brings on player, or makes substitution, this means they will be defensive, which is kind
Yeah. Clearly Steve Nicol hadn't read the script or hadn't even worked out who the hell half these players were. He kind of outed himself as a bit of a hun anyway, I reckon. I know he played for Liverpool, so I don't know what his politics is. But he said something at one stage there in the second half, it was referring to Scottish football.
Yeah.
And
And he mentioned two other teams.
he said Stinnesmuir and Cowdenbeath or something, but he sort of said it doesn't matter who your team is, but implied like Celtic is not my team. I follow another club, and then went on to list a couple of teams, but didn't mention the former football club Rangers or even modern day Sevco or anything like that. But I felt like
You said he was a hun. You thought he was a hun.
Yeah, he's definitely a hum.
he's 100.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So okay, let's rewind right to the start. The team selection, Callum. Were you? What did you think about the how we set up our stalls?
It was good. Thought it was a good attacking lineup. Nice, defensive pairing, and that team had a good balance to it.
Frankie?
It was the best. Yeah, it was the best away formation, most attacking formation we've had for years, and it just showed you the faith he had in. He actually, he'd done a lot of homework before that game.
We said to each other, we went, Saudi supporters cannot complain about the team that is put out in terms of attacking because
I fully expected to see Gorgeous by himself.
Up front. Yeah.
And I would have been happy with that.
I think it was the Karagandhi game or one of the last podcasts where we did. I said that because remember we played Commons. I just remember he had sort of Commons in a more advanced role, and Samaras sort of playing. But I just thought that there was. I'm glad that basically had that. What I'm trying to say is I'm glad he had that mix of Sammy, Commons, and Stokes.
Yeah. Because that formation without Stokes is sort of as defensive because Sammy just goes wandering off down the wings, which is fair enough. That's where he plays good. But there's no one in the middle.
Yeah.
But that's where Commons was actually coming through. But with Stokes there, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, 10 minutes into it and you're thinking, this is the best. I was quite happy.
Yeah.
He's picked the right team for this game. They were very comfortable.
10 minutes in, you're sort of going, something's not right here. Like, this is going okay. And then 20 minutes in, you're going, this is going for an away match. This is going quite well. There hadn't really been any. There was that volley that Bortatelli, or what his name is.
Baratelli.
That's it.
Is it? I think it is.
Baratelli, I don't know.
Balotelli.
Sure. That guy.
Talk about cracking the shits, that bloke.
I know. He just sat on his ass most of the game in the hump.
If the ball didn't go directly to him, he would refuse to go chase the ball.
But the irony of the thing was, I only took one shot.
Yeah.
And,
that volley he hit pretty sweet.
Dickhead Nichols going on how good Scott Brown was playing and put the moz completely on him.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see what happened.
No, we didn't.
It's happened right in front of a referee, and he's obviously just... And, that was the difference. That shot, I mean, they'd scored already, but that shot was the difference between him scoring and Stokes hitting the bar.
Yeah.
Or Scott Brown having the chance.
Scott Brown,
Yep.
The only thing I was disappointed was that they didn't play Pookie right from the start.
You thought they should play Pookie?
Yeah, just so
Instead of Stokes or what?
So they could say Pookie?
No, just so we could say Pookie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because at one stage, Callum and I had all the... we had the wee brown common Pookie in midfield. And then we were going, it could be a Pookie in the forest. Even a Charlie Pookie would have been quite funny.
That's right, have some Charlie and some
Pookie
Pookie.
could be anything.
Some Charlie.
You could have some Charlie and have some Pookie.
Pookie, yeah.
That'd be a fun night, wouldn't it?
Would you have Pookie before or after Charlie?
I can't wait to see what the Celtics supporters come up with this one.
I know. He's got to get a good song, surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, so the first half, plenty of chances. That guy, Maxis, really bad haircut.
There's a few bad haircuts.
Looked like a drug lord.
Yeah, an overweight drug lord too.
Yeah, he's a fat bastard.
Yeah.
And how bad was he?
Yeah, he was shit.
I was pissed off when they took him off.
Yeah.
I thought he's got to get the man of the match award for the worst player on there. And Milan had a few of them.
Matry, another bad haircut, but also highly fancied. But Adam Matthews gave him a buck. Adam Matthews, how fucking good is he?
Yeah, except for his crosses.
My overall fault for the team for the whole game was, and they did say that a lot on the commentary, was our final ball. Our corners.
We had 9 corners or something like that. We got one header.
But at least Matthews had an excuse. He's never been in that position so often in a game in his life.
Yeah, I know.
Emilio, my friend Emilio, consistently, it was only one person who played worse, and that was Commons.
Yep. You thought Commons played bad?
Yeah.
Everyone wrote that Commons played was one of the best players.
That was the worst game I've seen him play.
There was one there where he just had a shot at goal earlier on, and
No, the free kick.
Oh, the free kick was a shocker.
I reckon that set him out for the whole game.
Well, he clearly had some family in the crowd. You have to kick it a lot harder to get to the Celtic supporters if you want to give that ball
I don't
away.
reckon he was switched on at all.
I don't think he played very well.
A lot of articles I wrote saying he was one of the best players in the park.
No.
And I was surprised by that. I thought he had played okay. I don't think he was one of the best, though.
I think what was really funny at the very start of the game was when you saw they were just before the teams come out of the change room, you have obviously the Celtic players and Milan players already left, and you had in the background John Clark in his tracksuit, kind of wandering around.
Bad fitting tracksuit.
Yeah, and you had all these the Milan whatever, their beautiful Italian suits, and I was like, that looks quite funny, seeing that.
Yeah.
And that, what'd you say?
Well, he's a legend.
You said he's won Champions League, and you can't take that away from him.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's almost what the first kind of 10 to 20 minutes were. So he played pretty well, but it really took until kind of almost the 60th minute until the Celtic players went, fuck, this team is firstly shit.
Yeah.
And second of all, we deserve to be here. It was almost that kind of, that was a good kind of symbol or not a metaphor, but of what the game was for a little bit for Celtic players. They didn't I didn't really let they kind of had total belief in what they were doing, or that they actually belonged at that ground and could have won.
Yeah,
because
they had that. We had a real rough bit just before half time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was nil innocent. There was probably 10 minutes. I don't think it was that long, but apart from that, first half was ours.
And you look at particularly between the 60th and 70th minute, it was like an SPL game. We had them pin back and were crossing balls in. But the problem was that we weren't good enough crosses. But they were well and truly, under the pump from us. And it was just a shame that we didn't make any. There was really no shots on target that I can think of.
No.
In my notes, I'd said it just before half time. I said, this is the most relaxed Champions League game I've ever watched, or the most relaxed I've felt in a Champions League game.
And that's what's so disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We were saying a draw, halfway through the second half, we were going, a draw is a bad result here.
Yeah.
We'll never get a chance like that at San Siro.
And I can't work out whether we were really good
Or they were shit.
or they were shit.
They had 9 players out. They did have 9 players out.
They've got a squad that's good enough for...
They had 9 players out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two ones, Kaká and that other dickhead who they kept going back to with the really bad hair on the sidelines with the denim shirt.
Oh, is that... I just thought that was some wanker fan.
No, that's the cocksucker that said that we're too strong for Celtic and we'll beat them. Which in the end,
That's a shocking... That's a really bad haircut.
That kid's like very young.
He looks
20.
like he's 12.
Well, a little bit older.
Someone complained about the podcast already.
Jesus, they're quick. Haven't even bloody put it up yet. Right, okay, he was a player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured towards the end that maybe something was up because I just thought the camera
kept going back to him.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought the camera was fixated on one of the most stupidest haircuts in the stadium. I thought it was a good laugh.
And there's a lot of bad haircuts in that stadium.
There's a lot of bad haircuts. It would have been a rule of bad haircuts.
Yeah.
Who's following me now? Can give a shout out to them.
Mel.
I thought it was a bloke. Maybe not shout out to them. Don't read the name. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
That's true. She does love Sam Russ.
There you go.
You getting another follower?
Another follower.
Do you have 2 Twitter accounts now?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I need one for work, but I can't really work out how to do it yet. So it doesn't matter.
He has his website. Have you seen his new website?
No.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very good.
CelticDecor.com.au.
And it's thing to his Twitter account.
We're a worldwide painting service.
Worldwide?
Only in Melbourne. Unless in Glasgow.
I'm looking for a job in Glasgow. What's the weather like? It could be any worse than it's been here the last couple of days. So.
Do you... You're the logo for Celtic Decor.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
No.
I was saying, are you sure you want to broadcast this website through the Celtic?
That in the, I didn't realise that they'd copied me.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right?
I know.
What are the chances?
Who would have thought?
I would.
12,000 miles away.
Have you been around since 1887?
Longer.
Anyway, we digress slightly. But if you do want your house painted, come and see Frank and the boys. You only paint it in green and white. So second half starts and things are continuing to look good, and then it really started to open up. Let's talk about some of those chances. The one that Scott Brown just kind of had to hold up for the pass to come through, which was after that. I had a free kick, hit the wall, and we just, got it up the park pretty quick. And Brownie just couldn't get it off. That was a through ball.
Yeah.
It just needed to be quicker.
Yeah, the ball just wasn't firm enough, was it?
Then there was the one when Sammy went on his little Davy Private Maisie run where he beat 3 defenders. Should he have knocked it across to Stokes, or should he hit it?
I thought he should have hit it. I thought it was the right shot thing to do. Stokes or Commons either side of him, they were both open, but I mean, would Stokes? None of those boys would have. Stokes or Commons wouldn't have passed the ball in that situation.
Stokes wouldn't have.
Stokes, when there's that really bad, was it a bad back pass or a bad clearance?
Back pass.
And Stokesy picks up on it and charges in on goal and then has a shot. Now, was that saved? Or was it... Because it hit the side netting. But I can't
went to a corner. It
did go to a corner, yeah. Right. Now, out of all those ones, which is the one you think we probably should have... I'm not excluding the free kick that hit the bar. Which is the one that we thought...
Well, Brownie's is a
Scott Brown.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him.
If it had fallen to Chris Commons...
Oh, the goal.
Yeah.
Or Rose Ed.
Because that keeper was as good as the rest of the players, and he was hopeless too. Even the commentator was going, what the hell is he doing?
Why were crosses so close? Corners in particular were so close to him. And at the first 3 or 4, he came out and he done this random kind of wily punch, which was okay. But after that, he actually got a bit of confidence and he kept going out of the air. Very frustrating. Not one of our corners was particularly good at all.
I said to you we needed to change
it up,
because it wasn't working. We were getting pipped at the
front post,
or the deep ones that the keeper was getting.
Yeah, I think short corners are the worst idea of all time because they never work. But you almost have to try something like that because
just to open it up a bit.
Yeah, because everyone, and we tried one. We did try one. We went to the top of the box and it fucked up again. It was just very frustrating.
I liked the physicality of Celtic. There was a scene there when Izzy sort of hip and shouldered a player
over the barrier
who then popped up and was like, Izzy's like, whatever. I've got my God. And there was another couple of other instances where we're pretty...
One where Izzy went to the byline and was shoulder to shoulder with a guy to cross our attacking half and beat him. That was very strong. Yeah. And you got a actually decent crossover.
And I just thought that was good, getting up in the faces of all these prima donnas, and I think that sort of set the tone. So by the time, so it's the 70th minute mark now, and you're thinking, as you said, we should win this game.
Well, yeah, I don't want to criticise the referee, because I actually think he did a good job.
Yes, so did I.
But if he had, he booked 2 Celtic players for really innocuous, probably, the second or the third or fourth, whatever. But Balotelli...
Yeah, 2 shockers
he should have been... technically he should have been off by halfway through the second half.
Yeah.
Even if it was just for continually fouling.
The one particular bad one on Matthews in our defensive corner, that was a really bad challenge. He hurt Matthews there. And then 2 minutes later, he goes and drags or kicks Scott Brown or something in the middle of the park. So that's your 2 yellow cards, or at least a yellow card, and didn't get anything.
And at one stage in the second half, was it 65 or 55% possession to Celtic?
Yeah, 55, yeah.
It felt like you were watching us against Hearts or something. With less Huns.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few. Did you see the...
Oh, a couple of Northern Irish flags.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Pookie.
What I really dislike, I'm jumping ahead here, but and it comes on Twitter and stuff, it's good that people are positive and stuff, but when the Milan when the Milan fans supposedly clapped the Celtic fans after the game, that's fucking bullshit. I hate that. I think that's just patronising. You've come here, you spent money, your team did okay, but you didn't win. So it's very easy to do that when you've won, isn't it? To clap the opposition supporters.
You wouldn't have done it if you lost.
Yeah, no.
Terrans wouldn't have done it.
They'd have been throwing bottles at us, Yeah. That annoys me.
75-minute mark, the commentator for ESPN decided to... Because you can't go a whole full game of football without talking about a football team from the EPL, and he managed to talk about Sunderland. You're watching Celtic versus AC Milan.
I didn't hear that. I wasn't listening.
What possesses you now talking about, of all the teams in England you can pick out, Sunderland?
What was he talking about?
I can't remember. He just sort of said something about a bit like the Sunderland game on the weekend.
Oh, I can't remember that, actually.
I was like, what? Why are you talking about the fucking Drew and Dragons versus Mortal Falcons under 13s girls team or something?
The day God played for him.
The day that God played for him?
Yeah, Gary Ablett.
Did Gary play for the Drew and Dragons?
Yeah, he did.
As a kid?
Yep.
Junior Gary or
Senior?
Gary?
Senior.
The one that found God?
Yep.
He's a born again.
Chibber's mate.
Now, the substitutions, do you think they were a smart move?
In the end, no.
Well, I don't really think it made any difference to the game. The goals didn't come
Yeah.
I was screaming at someone, to substitute Izagiri because he. First of all, we didn't really need a left back because they weren't attacking down that flank.
Mm.
And Izzy's just, I don't know what's wrong with him. And then he scored for him, so that really pissed me off. But
Yeah.
I can't blame him for that. But,
Why did he stick his leg out?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
I know it's what happens, but
it's what happens.
he
Come
was
on.
standing so wide, there's no way the ball was going to go in the net. I was happy to see Pookie on.
I was happy for Matthew. I said Matthew should go after only because he looked exhausted. Like he looked really tired.
Yeah.
That was the play of the day, that run he had. When he
Absolutely, yeah.
He beat those players.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
He's just solid.
Yeah.
Like he's just
And fast.
He's a hard, tough fucking
pace.
unit. Like you'd get a game in an AFL team, I reckon, because he's
Well, that right-hand defence, Lustig and him, they're great. They work together so well.
Yeah.
And then no showboats. You know?
no.
They're
Yeah.
great. Whereas Emilio, feeding him, a cross comes over, you're guaranteed he won't be on his man.
Yeah.
Like they had a chance late in the game with that
Yeah.
cross.
Yeah.
And he turns around as if to say, well, who's marking him?
Yeah.
Well, you are.
You know how when we lose to like those midwinter matches deep into the season, and you get Inverness Cali or something, and there's a day where you're off, and they win 2-0 and most of the goals are just bullshit, kind of 18 yards out, have a smack, hits a deflection, loops over the keeper, and that's the way they score. That's how it felt like we lost against Milan. Like that shot that guy had wasn't going in.
No.
That was just, and it was just through traffic. I thought he just thought, fuck this, I'm just going to ping.
Yeah.
Nothing else is going for us.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was pathetic.
But
wasn't
we
it?
didn't. I mean, we didn't do that at all. We hardly had a shot outside. We hardly had a shot in the end. For all that we did very well, we didn't really create much up front.
For all the possession.
Well, yeah, and we played. We nice little 1-2s and intricate passing and things. But for all that, that's where you expect Chris Collins to do something with the ball.
Yeah, he was off. And that's right. The couple of shots he had, it's almost put him off shooting it, isn't it?
Should we hear from the manager and see what he had to say? I actually haven't listened to this.
Who was he? Why was he complaining at the end? He was
Talking to the 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th official.
The Scott Brown's decision. The decision to.
What the free kick was for?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what the free kick was for. I mean, obviously something happened, but
I think. Well, what the commentator said was.
That must have been Scott Brown.
He ran into Scott Brown, that player. I think it was Balotelli that ran into Scott Brown.
Yeah, it was,
and Greedy just stood his ground. Which is a massive shame because the Scott Brown play, that's the best game I've ever seen him play. He was awesome. I thought.
At one point there, I was thinking to myself, because remember last season we played Juventus and we got it doing. I thought to myself, I think we've turned a corner here, and we've worked out how to play against Italian opposition. And even if we don't get a win here, to walk away from the San Siro with share of the points is a fantastic effort.
Would have been fair.
Yeah. And they just seemed a lot more controlled and measured, and were comfortable in playing the ball around the back and in their approach, and it was a good mix. It was a good tempo of football, and then to lose that first goal obviously was shit. But even then, I thought, no, we actually can. Even though there's 8 minutes to go, we still can. It's not over, I think we still can maybe pinch a draw here. But then the second goal, just no one followed. Good save by Fraser. Like
That was
that's
super save, wasn't it?
It was, but
massive.
where was his defenders,
Dick Van Dyke looks around and is surrounded by 800 fucking Milan players.
Those two played really well together. Like, those two were awesome.
After having such a fucking howler that first game against Shakhtar Borat, he's just...
but I think it helped with Charlie playing in front of them.
Yeah.
Well, Charlie and Scott Brown had great games.
Yeah.
And
They broke up so much.
They were terrific. Charlie, that was
Charlie did play well.
one of his best games. But someone was saying, one of the articles I was reading today was they were bemoaning, where's the Celtic playmaker? I mean, you can't, and they were saying, should they try something else? And the other option was Jamie Forrest wasn't playing.
Yeah.
But you can't have everyone playing,
No, you can't play 16 on a park.
No. So,
Crowded park.
It would be a crowded
and we're
park.
only saying these, we're only come up with these options because in the end we know we should have won.
Yeah.
you know,
Which is a funny thing to say.
yes, San Siro, you think, get a point and be happy.
Yeah.
The trouble is, you know, that
What's
was
the
shit.
defence?
They're going to get humped by Barcelona.
Oh,
Well, I don't reckon they will. Italians are like that. Italians, and especially with injuries that come back, they'll play themselves back into form. Bit of confidence, you know what they're like.
Do we play them last
Yep.
at Parkhead?
Parkhead.
Yeah. And they'll be up for it then.
that'll be a good game.
They'll be bloody... It could come down to that game, actually.
Yeah.
The only good thing the whole night was we only put let two in, and
Ajax
let four in. So
Was it 4 in the end?
Yeah.
Oh, they got humped.
Because Ronaldo scored a hat-trick the day before, so Messi had to score a hat-trick.
Right.
I think they're going to get arrested, aren't they? The Southern Juniors, because match fixing.
I know. We'll
Barcelona.
talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Should we listen to Neil?
I thought we were dead.
No. Fuck it. All right. Here is the manager.
Pookie.
Neil, is it fair to say you'll find that very hard to take tonight, that result?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we dominated the game for long periods, and I just said to the players in there, when you're on top, you got to take your chances. You know, anything can happen. Ricochet, deflection, that's what happened. And they didn't deserve that, but sometimes you don't get what you deserve in football. I thought we were brilliant. You know, I thought started off a little bit nervous, but you know, after about 15, 20 minutes, you know, we took the game to them, and certainly in the second half, I couldn't see Milan scoring really. You know, goalie had nothing to do. Didn't see the incident for the free kick for the second goal, so I can't really comment on that. But yeah, we played very well, you know, and it's very disappointing to have come away with nothing.
You must be able to take plenty of positives, though, into the game with Barcelona off the back of the way the players have played tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, Barcelona was a different game, you know, different animal. You know, felt confident with the team coming in tonight, and you know, they did very, very well, but you know, not well enough, you know, for my liking. And it's funny you saying that. You come to the San Siro and you go away disappointed that you've been beaten.
Is Barcelona an animal?
I don't know, but that Ricochet plays for a lot of teams, doesn't he?
Ricochet.
Jesus
Ricochet.
Christ. It's everywhere.
That's a song, isn't it? Part of a song.
So how do we pick ourselves up from here? When we got Barcelona 2 weeks' time?
Yeah. We on Hump St. Johnson on the weekend.
Uh-huh. Our form in post-Champions League matches back in domestic football will be interesting to watch, because last season it was pretty shit. I kept on dropping points every time we came back from Europe.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that we don't do that.
Well, he said this year, he said a lot of players last year, we thought some players last year were saving themselves for the Champions League, and he wouldn't tolerate that this year, so it'd be interesting to see what happens.
Right.
But I mean, we got to, you know, in terms of who didn't play on the weekend and who can play this week, I'm not sure if Joe Lely will be alright, or maybe you got Rogic. You can get, hopefully. Well, how long's Forrest out for? The guy, commentator said 3 weeks, he said, but I don't know. You know, because there's a few boys that can still come back in. And
I thought Rogic could have come on with, you know, instead of bringing the Israeli guy in, because he didn't get a kick anyway, so.
Yeah.
Just needed someone to grab the ball in the middle and just run at him.
Well, that is... someone, as you said, if someone asked, where's the Celtic playmaker? I think we've got one in Tom Rogic.
Yeah.
And I know that we've been completely biased because he's Australian, but he's from New South Wales, so we're not completely biased.
That's right. Could have been worse.
It could be, you know, he could be a Queenslander. He could be from Western Australia.
yeah.
What about Tassie? Do we count Tassie anymore?
No.
I don't even think Tassie's a state.
No.
It's a local government authority.
Run by the Greens.
Yeah. And
In all honesty, we should secede from WA.
I just think Victoria should secede from Australia.
But we need to keep the minerals. We need to keep the wealth.
No, I just reckon Victoria should secede from the Commonwealth.
Just do it.
Go at her own.
And then change her name.
To Victoria.
Yeah. No, because Victoria's...
She's a whore name. It's a whore name.
Yeah.
It's a whore name.
Yep.
You heard it here first on the balcony Fred of Victoria. It's a whore name.
Pookie would be a nice name.
We call it Pookie. The Independent Republic of Pookie.
Yeah.
The People's Republic of Pookie.
People's Republic.
PRP.
The PRP.
That sounds like a
Just call
terrorist
it pop.
organisation in, you know...
It does.
I don't know.
Where are you from, Pookie?
Which part? The north.
On the border. What are you doing tonight? I'm going home to Pookie. I can't wait to go back to Pookie.
Well, you haven't been feeling too Pookie this week, have you?
I haven't been feeling very Pookie at all.
You need to pook up.
I do. Well, I actually woke up the other morning. I felt like a bit of a pook.
Was it number 2 pook or a...
Yeah, I ended up having a pook a pook in a pot. Yeah.
That's a lunchtime special.
Exactly. Putin Pock.
You can smoke some pookie as well.
You can smoke some
Off the
pookie.
balcony, freedom.
Completely off your pookie.
You can smoke some pookie. I won't. I've been meaning to do it, but I just haven't had time to bloody publish it. I might do it tonight. Actually, I took notes through the game, which is going to be for the an article for the FLAC. And when Pookie came on, what did I write? I said, Pookie gets a touch. Pookie gets a free kick. Pookie is happy.
And we haven't even started on Timu.
I know. Commons off, Pookie on.
As Callum said, every time I hear his name, I feel like it's a whole new team.
No, because his name is...
Timu Pookie.
Yeah, Teamy Pookie. And every time I read it, I go, Team Pookie? Why does this change his own team? Every time. Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Shit, I hope he's going to be like a Henrik. That'd be...
I know. What number is he?
I don't know.
Who has 7 right now? I was thinking that when I was having a Pookie the other day, actually. I thought to myself, is Pookie 7? No, I think Pookie's 7.
I think he is.
Has anyone 7?
They were saving it for that Michu, who didn't come.
Yeah.
Jesus, that guy's good. I never heard of him before, but have you seen him? He scored 2 goals in the UEFA last night. Fuck, what a player.
I can't work out if you're being sarcastic or not.
No, remember we were chasing him over the summer?
The guy from Schalke.
No, he plays... Well, he might have been from Schalke. Yeah. He plays for that Welsh team. Swansea.
Cumdenden?
Swansea.
Oh, Swansea.
Imagine going to Swansea.
Oh, that's just bullshit.
So,
Is Swansea a big town? No, it'd be tiny, wouldn't it? It'd be like a little fishing village or something. It'd be like a little Glasgow.
It's Welsh. That's all that matters. It's just Welsh.
how do we get into that?
I don't know. So, yeah. Really digressing here, and it's now starting to fall apart. Let's talk about other stuff then for while we're at it.
Yeah.
Actually, is Mum back from Darwin?
Tonight.
Is she flying back? So I've called her
Give her
now.
a ring.
Do you reckon she'd have the phone on?
She would.
At
Absolutely.
35,000 feet?
Because if she faints, she needs a phone on
Yeah.
Yeah.
to ring you or Terence.
I called her.
When you're on the plane.
Yeah. Fuck off. Right. So...
That rule of not being able to use your phone on a plane is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like...
I keep my phone on constantly. Like, I don't turn my phone off.
No, I wouldn't say that.
To break the rule. The only time I've turned my phone off was I was flying in a Russian airline.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I felt that if, you know...
You don't take a chance.
If I moved out of my seat, I would have...
Affects the balance.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It was...
Do you put on flight mode?
No.
You don't even put on flight mode?
No.
I remember one time I was flying to Queensland and I saw it was like a young international student sitting there just updating Facebook on the flight at 30,000 feet. And I thought, bravo you. Who gives a shit about rules and regulations? Just fucking update Facebook.
Well, yeah, my attitude changed to that flying idea when I've actually got a seat in business class. And Jen and I walked on, and it was a flight to Hong Kong, so it was majority of Asians in business.
Yeah.
And they were all ready for bed. Completely laying flat on the back. And I'm going, what happened to seatbelts? Sitting up with your back straight with the tray down. And these people are sleeping and, got the...
The new Qantas is like that.
Ridiculous.
The new A380 can do that.
So, rules...
Rules schmules, you say?
Well, for certain parts of the plane.
Oh, dear.
I've never been fortunate enough to fly business class because I'm part of the working community.
The working community. Radio. And who's your leader? Shay?
Rico.
No one at the moment.
Yeah. So how fucked is this country now that's run by Liberals, Conservatives?
I know, it's gone to the pack.
Isn't it shit all of a sudden? It was fine before.
I love
There's no rules anymore.
I love the Chris Bowen said on the way. He said, "There's more women in the Afghanistan cabinet than there are in the Australian
Yeah.
cabinet."
I mean, how many accidents were on the Southeastern tonight? Fucking Liberals.
Yeah.
How many what?
How many accidents on the Southeastern?
Yeah.
There were more
Unbelievable.
prime ministers in the last Australian cabinet than there are women in this cabinet.
Traffic? It's just out of control.
Boats. There's eight boats. We wouldn't have heard that from the Herald Sun, would you?
No.
I know.
8 boats.
That's a good point, actually.
See how many times that gets mentioned.
Yeah.
That was 8 boats 2 days ago. So
Yeah.
there's probably more since then.
Keep coming.
That's what I say. just.
I just wish I had so much money I could buy all those boats in Indonesia. So I could sell them back to Mr. Rabbit. I can make a fortune.
That was nuts. Yeah, let's buy all the boats. Boats buyback scheme.
There's like 50 million boats
What
in
do you think
Indonesia.
Indonesia is like a big Bunnings? Just going to go in there and go, all their boats? They're mine.
I want all those boats.
Talk about the fixing, the match fixing.
The match fixing. Now, this is an interesting thing.
Rupert Murdoch.
So, just for the viewers, what are you laughing at? Rupert Murdoch.
It's his fault.
For the viewers at home, in Australia, there is a big scandal that's been
Engulfed.
As engulfed Australian sport as we know it, because there is we've uncovered a crime syndicate from Southeast Asia that is betting on Victorian and Queensland Premier League football matches. This is barely professional football teams.
It's the division like Rangers are playing in now.
It's the Highland League, basically.
Yeah.
And they're getting a whole bunch of... And the Ring has... The allegations include that the Ring have encouraged part-time, semi-pro, non-league football players from the English leagues to come over to Australia, play in these teams, and are on the take. So they're fouling... They're making bets like... fouling a player at a certain time or getting a yellow card by a certain time of the game or scoring or letting goals. And and I remember about a year ago, my colleague on the Wild Dog Half Hour, Jonty, said to me, just looking at it, because he loves to gamble, right? And he was saying, a lot of money's been put down on the Victorian State Premier League these days, apparently. Like, big gambling. And we didn't think anything of it. And now it all makes sense.
Because no one gives a shit.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, who cares? But, this is quite an interesting kind of story.
Sorry, go.
But in the scheme of, it's a beat-up. It's an absolute beat-up by the AFL. AFL don't want any bad news, bad press, because they've got their finals happening,
Oh, so you think this is a bit of
It's a beat-up, yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think it is, but I think it was funny that the AFL commentators the other day were saying how this would never happen in AFL because it's too unpredictable, the bounce of the ball, that type of shit. It's not about the overall outcome of the game. It's about those micro betting. So having the foul count, having more fouls than the opposition.
Yeah, the no ball on the second ball is over.
It's not about necessarily the end of result, win or. It's all about that. It's about these micro betting, which can happen more so in AFL than any other sport, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, because the fucking umpires are rigged. 3 of them.
No, because you got more chance to do things on the field.
Yeah. Like if you said to me, I want you to do X, Y, and Z throughout the game, I'd be able to make that happen for sure.
Yeah.
I want you to, like if I was a full forward, I want you to miss 4 shots in a row. All right, fine. Easy.
Because that happens constantly.
Particularly if I was up to that.
It's a desperate move by the AFL. Under my conspiracy.
It's pretty bad though, Dad. Like this, and what's the kick of the whole thing is the guy that's been alleged to be the Mr. Big of the whole syndicate is supposed to be in police protection at the moment,
cooperating with
authorities for match fixing that he's been doing in Asia and other places.
He's based in Europe. I reckon it's hysterical.
The cops are always first in on it. I know.
Imagine the meeting. You come back in again, sit down with the guy, and they go, whatever his name is, say it's Pookie. Now, Mr. Pookie, obviously, we really appreciate you helping us with these allegations of match fixing in Europe. Just read an article in the Melbourne Age a couple of days. Have you been at it again? Oh, look, I'm sorry. It's very lonely in my prison cell. I've got nothing else to do, so I thought I'd do a bit of gambling on the side.
I'm playing GTA 5 at the moment, which is a brand new game which all the young people will know.
Is that Grand Theft Auto?
Yep. And it's similar in terms of what happens, where I'm a character, and
you are a character,
and he is in police custody, and he then does a bank robbery, like a massive bank robbery, or jewellery heist, heist,
and
and his police guy that looks after him goes, "Was that you?" I can't believe you're doing that. Yeah, he's in police protection and he's doing that. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, exactly the same thing.
What do you rate Grand Theft Auto out of 5?
5.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
5 out of 5.
Yeah. Dad thought I was watching a movie.
It's that bad that he made me stop when I was walking past the telly. Come, Dad, I'll show you my car I bought.
No, I thinked it up. I did it up.
Tricked it.
Cost me a lot of money.
Pimp my ride.
Yeah. It's chrome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Has it got? Is it lowered?
No, it's already like it was
It's got
already.
fats.
There's already a.
It's like when him and Auntie used to play FIFA.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just in that goal scored. Jesus. It's a game.
When I've got tire smoke. I got red tire smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Wow.
Whatever.
Anyway.
From a
God,
bloke that used to
my head's
play. From a guy that used to play, you know, with your stupid little things on the ground, and Dad used to steal them, and then, you know, yeah, that was you.
They were called cars. They were called Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
At least it was bloody earthy and
Earthy?
and you know, a bit more wholesome and tangible. Yeah. Unlike the make believe bullshit that you're bloody well playing.
It's not make believe, mate.
What kind of world do we live in where you want to be going around and stealing cars and
Beating up hookers.
and smack my bitch
What you
up?
can do is, I've done this yet, but my friend told me that yesterday. You can honk at a hooker, and then she takes you, you drive them around, and you get whatever, and then you pay her like $200,
Yep.
and then you can run her over with your car and collect your $200.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing in real life. So tell us what happens in the game. Thank you very much. Snap. I'll be here all week, try the veal. Radio. So, who we got this weekend? Let's get back to football.
St. Johnson.
St. Johnson. Who are they? What do we know about them?
Did you hear the Hearts Fighting Fund has paid for Hearts to stay in a hotel overnight for the game who they're playing this week?
Oh, that's nice.
Because they can't afford to stay in a hotel.
That's nice.
Yeah.
They should be aiming to try and get in the positive with the points.
They've done pretty well so far.
They have actually. Yeah.
Where would they be if they didn't get...
Well, they're -8. They start off with -15, so they'd have 7 points.
Oh, okay. How many points have we got?
13.
Oh, we're on top. We're not, are we?
No, we're second.
So, Inverness keep on winning.
Game behind.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is the game on TV?
I don't know.
Checked. It should be.
It's a midnight kickoff, yeah?
There's a couple of good games on this weekend. Not that I would watch any of them, other than Celtic. The only thing about this iPhone, right, this new thing, is I can't skip to the next... I don't know how to...
I haven't downloaded it yet.
It's really good except for the calendar. I don't like the calendar at all. Oh, my God. 12 o'clock we're playing.
Midnight.
Yeah, at Paradise.
So when you did it cross over your Celtic calendar?
Yeah, it does that. Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Have you not done yours yet, Frankie?
No.
I'll put it on.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I don't think we've got much more to say.
No.
Nah,
I think we could wrap this up.
I'm all pookied out.
Yeah.
I'm pooked.
So, in final observations, Callum, got any?
Bring on Barcelona. We play them away or home? Must be home. Surely.
It's home.
Yeah. Must be a tough game, isn't it?
And then Ajax twice.
Yeah, those are the games, and there's 2 games.
Yeah. We really need to win both.
What is it? I mean, it's going to be absolute carnage for Celtic supporters going to Ajax, isn't it?
Oh, there's going to be so many hash cookies that they're going to eat.
Like,
So many strippers.
wow.
So many
Who
hookers.
said that? Every football supporter deserves a trip to Ajax.
Yeah. Yeah. That was...
That is good.
Was that Frankie Boyle or was it the other guy? What's his name?
Can't remember.
The guy that's related to the Mullins.
Kevin Bridges.
Kevin Bridges.
It was Kevin Bridges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Do you hear Billy's got
Not well.
Parkinson's?
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
So,
'Cause
thoughts
he'll
and
be
prayers.
listening, that's a shame.
No, it is a shame. And he won't remember any of this.
No. He's still funny.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense though.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
it?
That's what happens when you give up the grog and do drugs.
Yeah. Well, same with Uncle Jerry. I mean, he was blind most of his life, stopped drinking, and now he's
Blind
Really is blind.
he's actually blind.
Yeah.
and gay.
Karma's a funny thing.
Let's do it.
All right, Frank. Final thoughts.
Devastated. Still devastated.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Anyway, there's more twists and turns in this story of.
Overall, they played great.
Mm.
They played fantastic. They look like they really know what they're doing.
I think that this potentially could be the real deal, this team.
Yep.
And the big test will be Barcelona.
Mm.
If we beat them 6-0, I'll feel more confident about us going forward.
Could you imagine?
I was hoping we were going to dodge Barcelona because they've got something that they owe us.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be. I mean, it was hard last year. It's going to be twice as hard this year.
I'm literally going to watch the game from
Behind his couch.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be in the fridge. I'm just going to pop out every now and
then. Come to our house, okay,
It's going to be the longest 98 minutes
I know.
we've ever watched.
I know. If we do beat them 6-0.
You get a flag tattoo?
No, I'm going to tattoo. But I'm literally anyone that I know who follows football but thinks the Scottish League's a doddle. I'm just going to sneak up behind them and piss on their back leg. I'm just going to gangster style it, like
gangster style. Just
Grand Theft Auto. I'm going to steal their car.
Yeah. And run over their hooker wife.
I'm going to run over their hooker wife. I'm going to spray paint my car 6-0 and then just drive over people.
That'll teach them.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't have seen that coming.
No.
Especially from behind.
Or their hooker wife. All right, that's my final thought.
Good.
Very good.
Hail, everyone. Yada, yada, yada. Twitter, yada, yada, yada.
Follow, listen to podcasts.
Subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Blah, 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 blah.
We're done.
Podcast.
Hail, bye.
Tumbling on the seas, far away from dry land and its bitter memories, casting out my sweet life with abandon and love. Love ceiling bearing down on me, save the starry sky above with light in my head, you in my arms. I wish I was the brakeman on a hurtling fever train.